What if the first few minutes of your morning could completely transform your entire day? Before the notifications flood in, before the chaos of the outside world takes over, there's a rare and powerful window of silence. A moment untouched by stress, noise, or distraction. In that sacred space, you have a choice: to consciously set your mindset, or let the world set it for you. Far too many people wake up and immediately relive the anxiety of yesterday. They grab their phones, check social media, and start reacting instead of creating. But what if you chose a different path? In spiritual practices like Buddhism, the early morning is more than a habit. It's a ritual, a spiritual reset, a mindful gateway to intention, clarity, and peace. In today's video, we're diving into 5 powerful morning affirmations you can speak daily to align your mind, elevate your spirit, and set the tone for a more mindful, intentional life. These affirmations are more than just positive thoughts. They shape the way you feel, the choices you make, and how you show up in the world. These simple phrases can shift your mood, boost your confidence, and help you stay focused throughout the day. Let's begin. 1. I am awake. I am breathing, and I exist in this moment. And that's more than enough. Let's start with the first affirmation, the one mindset that can shift everything. I am awake, I am breathing, and I exist in this moment. And that's more than enough. Think about how most people start their day. They wake up and instantly feel pressure. Emails, messages, deadlines, unfinished tasks. Before their feet even touch the ground, they're already overwhelmed. It's like the day takes over before they've had a chance to even arrive in it. But you don't have to live like that. What if instead your day started with clarity, with presence, with a moment that's just yours? Right now, in this early part of your morning, you have a chance to pause and reconnect. You don't need to fix anything. You don't need to plan ahead or replay yesterday's mistakes. All you need to do is arrive in your own body, in your own space, in your own breath. Just take a second and feel that. You're here. You're alive. That's a gift. We often wait for things to be perfect before we allow ourselves to feel peace. The perfect schedule, the perfect mood, the perfect version of ourselves. But real peace starts when you decide that this moment is enough, just as it is. You don't have to chase it. You just have to notice it. Try this. Before you reach for your phone, before your thoughts run wild, sit up slowly. Take a deep breath. Put one hand on your heart. Say it quietly to yourself. I'm here. I'm breathing. And that's enough for now. This isn't about pretending everything's fine. It's about reminding yourself that being alive, simply being, is valuable. It's about creating a calm space in your morning where you feel grounded and aware. Starting your day like this builds mental clarity. It helps reduce anxiety, and it sets the tone for everything that follows. This is your moment to connect, to be present, and to choose peace. And from this point forward, everything becomes more intentional. 2. I choose to be gentle with myself. Let's move forward with the second affirmation. I choose to be gentle with myself. After grounding yourself in the present moment, the next step is just as essential and often overlooked. It's about the way you treat yourself when no one else is watching. It might sound simple, but it's a powerful shift. Because the truth is, most of us are harder on ourselves than we'd ever be on someone we love. We judge, criticize, and pick ourselves apart, often without realizing it. That inner dialogue, it shapes how you feel about your worth, your choices, and your ability to grow. Take a moment this morning to reflect on how you usually speak to yourself. Is your self-talk encouraging, or is it filled with blame and pressure? Do you allow space for mistakes, or do you punish yourself for not being perfect? Choosing to be gentle with yourself isn't about ignoring your flaws. It's about approaching them with understanding instead of shame. Everyone makes errors. Everyone has days where motivation runs low, words don't come out right, or emotions feel too heavy. You're not alone in that, and you don't have to carry it alone either. When you start your day by saying, "I choose to be gentle with myself," you're reminding your mind that growth comes from care, not from criticism. You're planting the mindset that healing and progress are possible, not through force, but through kindness. Here's how to make this real. Start by sitting up in bed or wherever you feel comfortable. Close your eyes for a moment and focus on your breathing. No need to change it, just notice it. Now, place one hand gently over your chest. Feel your body, the steady rhythm of life moving through you. You've made it to a new day, and that alone deserves acknowledgement. Silently repeat, "I don't have to be perfect today. I only have to show up with care. I choose patience. I choose forgiveness. I choose compassion, especially toward myself." This isn't wishful thinking, it's emotional training, and the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Throughout the day, notice when that harsh voice sneaks in, maybe when you forget something, say the wrong thing, or don't meet your own expectations. In those moments, stop, take one breath, replace the harshness with something more human. "It's okay, I'm learning. I handled that the best I could at the time. I'm allowed to have off days." These gentle responses don't make you weaker, they make you stronger. Because when your inner world is safe and supportive, you bounce back faster. You carry less emotional weight. You stop overthinking every small mistake. Another practice you can include is a short compassion visualization each morning. After repeating your affirmation, imagine wrapping yourself in soft light, like a comforting blanket. Feel it warming your chest, your shoulders, your entire being. Let that feeling stay with you as you prepare for your day. You can also add this short breathing rhythm. Breathe in and say silently, "May I feel peace." Breathe out and say, "May I respond with love." Remember, how you speak to yourself sets the tone for how you experience the world around you. If you lead with judgment, you're more likely to react with frustration. But if you start with kindness, you move through the day with greater balance and emotional clarity. In many spiritual paths, including Buddhism, the idea is simple. You cannot offer real compassion to others if you are constantly at war with yourself. So, when you begin your morning with the affirmation, "I choose to be gentle with myself," you are giving yourself permission to be human, to grow at your own pace, to forgive, to start fresh, and most importantly, you're building a mindset that helps you thrive, not just survive. Let this become your morning anchor, a reminder that you deserve the same kindness you so freely give to others. 3. I decide how I feel. No one else controls my peace. Now that you've begun building awareness and self-compassion, it's time to talk about something that affects us all, how we react to the outside world. Your third affirmation is, "I decide how I feel. No one else controls my peace." We often believe that our mood depends on what happens around us: traffic, negative people, stressful news, or unexpected problems. But the truth is, peace doesn't come from things going perfectly. It comes from how we choose to respond when things don't. This affirmation reminds you that your emotional space is yours. What other people say or do, what situations unfold, those things are outside your control. But your mindset, that's your territory. Take a moment this morning to breathe deeply and say to yourself, I decide how I feel. I protect my peace. That simple shift in thought creates power. Why? Because life will always present challenges. Someone might be rude to you. A plan might fall through. Technology might fail, or people might let you down. But here's what matters. You don't have to give every situation the power to ruin your day. It's not about ignoring problems or pretending to be happy all the time. It's about not letting external chaos invade your internal calm. When you respond with intention, rather than react with frustration, you remain in control. Start this day with a small practice. Before you check your messages or turn on the news, close your eyes and repeat, My peace begins inside me. I will not give it away today. As the day unfolds, come back to this idea whenever tension builds. In a difficult moment, pause, take a breath. Choose a calmer response, not because the world is perfect, but because you've decided to protect your energy. If someone cuts you off in traffic, if a co-worker snaps at you, or if plans suddenly shift, stop for a moment. Inhale deeply. Say to yourself, I'm in charge of my energy. I protect my peace. In many wisdom traditions, including Buddhist philosophy, this kind of mindfulness is key to emotional freedom. Your peace becomes your responsibility and your superpower. So, as you go into today, carry this with you. The world may be unpredictable, but your response is always in your hands. This is how peace becomes your habit, not something you wait for, but something you create. You hold the key to how you experience life, and every morning you get to use it. 4. Today, I choose to be a source of calm energy. Let's now step into the fourth affirmation on our morning journey. In many spiritual traditions, including Buddhism, the highest aim is not solely to attain personal tranquility, but to become a vessel through which peace flows into the world. It's about embodying such a profound inner stillness that it gently influences every person you encounter and every space you enter. Each morning, as you awaken and greet the day, imagine whispering to yourself a new, quiet vow. Today, I choose to be a source of calm energy in the world. This is more than a simple phrase. It's a conscious promise, a commitment to nurture serenity within and to let it ripple outward, touching everything and everyone in your orbit. This daily dedication reshapes how you move through the world. Whether it's an exchange with a neighbor, an interaction with a colleague, or even a moment of solitude, your presence becomes a softening force, one that lessens friction, steadies nerves, and brings lightness to heavy moments. Think of beginning your day not with urgency, but with clarity. Realize that each gesture, every word you speak, and all the thoughts you entertain have the potential to either ease or escalate the emotional atmosphere around you. Imagine a scenario. You're getting your family ready in the morning. The minutes are ticking by, and there's a rush to get out the door. If you bark orders with tension in your voice, the stress you emit can cling to your loved ones long after they've left the house. But if you pause, Take a breath and speak with gentleness. You create a calmer start, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. The same principle applies throughout the day. If you reply to an email with frustration or answer a colleague with annoyance, the emotional undertone carries weight. But when your responses are deliberate and kind, even stressful situations can be diffused. So, how do you consistently show up as this gentle, grounded presence? How do you train yourself to be a wellspring of peace in a world full of noise? Begin the practice the moment you rise. Sit upright in silence, allowing your mind and body to awaken naturally. Feel your breath as it comes and goes. Let your attention settle in your chest, as if anchoring your awareness to the center of your being. In that stillness, repeat inwardly, "Today, I choose to be a source of calm." Picture your heart as a quiet lantern, its glow steady and reassuring. Let that inner light shine outward, softening the edges of whatever your day may bring. Whether you face challenging conversations, chaotic commutes, or moments of personal doubt, carry that lantern with you. Let it be your guide. Next, focus on gratitude. Bring to mind 3 small details that offer joy or comfort. Maybe it's the morning breeze through your window, the sound of a loved one's voice, or the texture of a warm mug between your palms. By appreciating these modest pleasures, you begin your day grounded in abundance rather than in lack or anxiety. Gratitude creates spaciousness, and from that space, calm can bloom. Throughout the day, practice a mindset of goodwill. In Buddhist philosophy, this is known as metta, or loving kindness. It's the act of silently wishing others well without any expectation in return. When you cross paths with someone, a barista, a pedestrian, a difficult co-worker, take a second to think, may you feel safe, may joy find you, may peace dwell in your heart. These thoughts may seem invisible or insignificant, but with repetition, they rewire your perception. You begin to see not strangers or obstacles, but fellow travelers on the journey of life, all of whom carry burdens you cannot see. And when agitation arises, as it inevitably will, pause. Notice the clench in your jaw or the surge of heat behind your eyes. Instead of reacting from impulse, give yourself the gift of a deep breath. Ask yourself, is there a gentler way to respond? You might still need to assert yourself or express disagreement, but how you do so can preserve the dignity of all involved. Sometimes peace is found in restraint, choosing silence over a snide remark. Other times it lies in honesty, speaking your truth without aggression. In either case, your intention determines the outcome. Another form of cultivating peace is through simple, helpful actions. When someone is struggling, offer your assistance. When you see disarray, do what you can to restore order. These are not grand gestures, but daily choices that say, I am here, I care. By practicing kindness in motion, you amplify your influence without ever raising your voice. As the day winds down and you prepare for rest, take a few moments to reflect. Ask yourself gently, where today did I help foster peace? Where might I have stirred unrest? Not with blame, but with curiosity and compassion. Acknowledge your wins, the times you paused instead of snapping, listened instead of lecturing, smiled instead of sighing. And for the moments you missed, simply note them. Let them teach you, not shame you. Then offer yourself the same wish you gave to others. May I be at ease. May I rest well. May I try again tomorrow. In choosing to live each day with calm at the center of your being, you do more than improve your own experience. You become a quiet leader. Your energy sets a tone that others pick up on, often unconsciously. In tense meetings, your groundedness stabilizes the room. In conflict, your patience de-escalates emotions. In everyday life, your steady presence becomes a comfort to others. And perhaps most beautifully, this peace is contagious. People who feel seen and heard by you are more likely to extend the same courtesy to others. A ripple begins, one you may never trace to its end, but one that undoubtedly makes the world gentler. Being the source of peace is not about perfection. It's not about suppressing emotions or pretending to be unbothered. It's about awareness. It's about intention. It's about returning again and again to the truth that how you show up matters. So let this be your mantra as you rise tomorrow. Today, I will be a quiet light. I will meet the world not with resistance, but with care. From that place, everything changes, not through force, but through the enduring strength of inner stillness. 5. All that I seek resides within me. Let's continue with the last affirmation. In many wisdom traditions, especially in Buddhism, the journey toward lasting contentment doesn't begin by reaching outward. It begins by turning inward. The treasures we chase, validation, recognition, material comfort, often keep us looking in the wrong direction. The deeper truth is that the most important qualities for a meaningful life already exist inside of us. When you rise in the morning and speak the words, "All that I seek resides within me," you are grounding yourself in a truth that runs deeper than passing moods or circumstances. You're choosing to navigate the day not from a sense of lack, but from a place of inner wholeness. Consider how often we wake up with a subtle ache, a lingering sense that something is missing. It might be a concern about finances, a feeling of loneliness, or a belief that we're falling behind in life. That internal voice whispers, "You need to do more, have more, be more." Without even realizing it, we begin the day chasing an invisible finish line. But what if that voice is mistaken? What if you already hold the strength, insight, and peace you're trying to find elsewhere? This is the heart of Buddhist wisdom, the realization that our essential nature is already complete. We are not broken beings in need of fixing. We are beings with layers of conditioning, self-doubt, and distraction that can hide our natural brilliance. Much like a diamond buried beneath years of dust. Picture a still lake. On a stormy day, its surface is chaotic, stirred by wind and rain. But beneath that surface, the depths remain calm and undisturbed. Our minds work in much the same way. On the surface, there may be agitation or confusion, but at our core is a steady, resilient presence that holds everything we need. To connect with this place within you, begin each morning with intention. Before reaching for your phone or reviewing your tasks, sit quietly for a few moments. Place your hand on your heart or rest it gently on your lap. Breathe deeply. With each breath in, invite clarity. With each breath out, release the urge to search outside yourself for completeness. Repeat softly, "I am enough as I am. What I seek lives within me." Feel the truth of these words settle into your body. Let them guide your posture, your breath, your thoughts. From this space of calm, Consider the qualities you admire most in others: wisdom, generosity, resilience, kindness. Know that these same qualities already exist in you, though they may sometimes lie dormant, waiting to be remembered and awakened. When challenges arise during your day, a difficult conversation, a moment of doubt, a stressful decision, instead of rushing for advice or looking for a distraction, pause. Ask yourself, what part of me knows how to respond to this with grace? Trust that you have already lived through countless moments that have shaped you. Draw on that internal archive of experience and intuition. Of course, this doesn't mean closing yourself off from the support of others. Rather, it means shifting your default from dependency to self-inquiry. Check within before you reach outward. You may find that your first impulse isn't always the most aligned with your deeper wisdom, and pausing gives that wisdom space to emerge. One powerful way to reinforce this perspective is to keep a daily record of your strengths. Try keeping a small journal near your bedside. Each morning, before your day begins, write a single line that affirms something solid and true within you. For example, I have the courage to speak with honesty today. I am grounded enough to stay present under pressure. I possess the compassion to meet others where they are. By naming these qualities daily, you create a growing list of evidence that supports your inner worth. This practice shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Not the abundance of things, but the abundance of being. In Buddhist thought, suffering often comes from tanha, or craving, the insatiable desire for more success, more control, more praise. The antidote is not to suppress desire, but to see through it, to realize that it often stems from forgetting who we already are. When you remember your completeness, the craving loses its grip. You begin to move through the world with a lighter step. Instead of seeking validation, you offer presence. Instead of needing to impress, you practice sincerity. Instead of waiting to be filled by others, you begin to overflow from within. And that overflow of joy, of kindness, of steadiness benefits everyone around you. Still, there will be days when the old stories return, days when you feel uncertain or inadequate. This is not a failure. It is simply a reminder to return to the center, to sit down, breathe, and remember, even now, everything I need is here within me. There is no need to pretend you are always strong. Some days, the most courageous thing you can do is admit vulnerability and hold space for it without judgment. The act of turning inward with kindness, even when you feel broken, is itself a demonstration of your inner resourcefulness. The more consistently you return to this place, the more clearly you'll feel it, a quiet, unwavering part of yourself that remains steady in chaos and compassionate in hardship. It's not something you need to create, it's something you need to uncover. So tomorrow, as the sun rises and the world begins to move again, take a moment to be still. Let the world wait just a little while longer. Close your eyes and breathe in this truth. I am not lacking. I am not incomplete. All that I seek, calm, clarity, courage, already lives in me. From that starting point, anything becomes possible. And no matter what the day brings, you will carry a quiet confidence, not rooted in ego or perfection, but in the enduring strength of your own inner presence. As your day winds down and you prepare for rest, take a quiet moment to return to these 5 affirmations you carried with you. I am awake. I am breathing. I exist in this moment. And that's more than enough. You showed up for your life, not chasing anything more than presence. I choose to be gentle with myself. You replaced harsh inner voices with kindness, allowing yourself to grow with patience. I decide how I feel. No one else controls my peace. No matter what happened today, you remembered that your calm is yours to protect. Today, I choose to be a source of calm energy. Through small acts of presence and compassion, you created space for peace to ripple outward. All that I seek resides within me. Instead of looking outside for validation, you trusted the strength, clarity, and wisdom already inside you. These aren't just affirmations, they're gentle truths that can reshape how you meet each day. And if tomorrow doesn't go perfectly, that's okay. The path is in the returning. So before you drift off to sleep, breathe deeply. Let these words settle into your heart. Let them guide you home to yourself again tomorrow. If this practice brought you peace today, please like, subscribe, and share to support mindfulness. We're building a space for inner calm, one breath at a time.